Hi, my name is Brian Cranston, and today,
I'm going to tell you some interesting questions about your character in Breaking Bad.
excellent.
First, what was it like to play your character?
Ooh, good question. Well, it was amazing. I think that is the best character that I can get in my life. I know that is the best character of my life, and I don't have. Well, I don't will have something bigger than this.
Okay, now, what was the most interesting thing about playing your character in the series?
About playing a character, it was very interesting because it was something new. Any series that I know in that moment have the type of a good person become a bad guy that know how to kill and well, it's a monster. I think that was the most interesting part of my character for me because it was new. It was something that was never happening.
Good. Now, a good question. What do you think was the most challenging film that you had to act?
Ooh. If I don't wrong, in the end of the season number 2, is a part when the girlfriend of Jesse is dying, and she's on my well, she's in drugs, and I can save his life, and I just see them. In that moment, I don't see the actress. I see my son.
Yeah.
It was very personal for me. Like for 10 seconds, I saw my son dying in that part.
Okay. Now the audience wants to know how was your relationship with the actor Aaron Paul out of the
Ooh.
sets?
Well, it's very great to be realistic. We have a industry. Well, we have a company of alcohol. If I don't wrong, it's tequila and mezcal. I'm not sure. Well, excuse me.
Yeah.
But we are very good friends, and we have a very good relationship.
Yeah, that's nice. Finally, what actions did the actors do when they finish each of the seasons?
Finish each of the seasons. Oh, we have parties. Like for the first seasons, we have a party. I don't wrong of be another character. In the second part, we make a part of be from another gender. Well, we make parties, and it was very fun.
Thank you for your answers.
Thanks for you.
Yeah,
Good day.
that was an incredible interview.
Hi, today we're in an interview with the famous actor Aaron Paul. Hi Aaron, how are you?
Hello, I'm very good.
Are you ready for the next interesting questions?
Yes, let's go.
What was it like to play your character?
Well, playing Jesse was an emotional roller coaster. At first, he seemed like just another junkie guy that only wanted to consume and sold drugs. But over the time, he became one of the most complex and human characters I ever performed. Also, it was an incredible privilege, and honestly, it changed my life completely.
Okay. Which scene was the most challenging to film?
Oh man, I consider there were a lot, but one of the most difficult scenes was definitely the scene where Jesse watches Jane die. It was really heartbreaking. Also, Brian and I put a lot of preparation into it, and I remember there was a complete silence on set afterward. Yes.
How did you prepare for the role?
I tried to get inside Jesse's head as a character. Also, I watched documentaries, talked to people who had been involved in similar situations, and focused on understanding his pains and, well, his great mental and way of thinking. In addition, I also work on his speech and his energy.
What do you think makes this series so special?
Well, many things, but personally, I think Vince Gillian wrote a flawless story. Really, really. Every detail was intentional, and the characters were all good, and in the other hand, they were all bad. But finally, they were human. I also consider the entire team from the cast felt like a family, and we had a very good communications with each other. So I consider that helped a lot.
Any funny moments on the set?
Yes. Now thinking about them, I think one time when Brian, I was with him and he hid a piece of fried chicken in Jess's bag before a take, and I didn't notice until it started to smell. We were shooting this super dramatic scene, and I was trying too hard to not to smile and laugh because I needed to be really concentrated.
What would you tell fans who haven't seen it yet?
I would like to tell them that they need to be really ready for something intense. It's not just a show about drugs. It's about choices, consequences, how a person can completely transform to be a kind guy, to be a really strong or mad guy. Finally, I promise you won't be able to stop watching this incredible series, and I recommend it to anyone. I think it's a really complete series that any type of person could watch and get really involved on it.
Thank you. That were an incredible answers. See you soon.
Thank you to you. I really enjoyed this interview.
Hello, my name is Anna Gunn and I play the character of Skyler, the wife of Walter White in Breaking Bad. Walter White is the main character, and I'm super excited to be here and to talk about my participation in this series that it's very incredible to me. What was it like to play Skyler White? I think playing this character was very challenging because she started like a lovely wife and mother, but as the series progressive, she became a little different, and because she was scared of all of things that it was happening in her life, and it was fascinating to explore her evolution. Also, I learned of this character and what not to do with the mistakes she does, and I think it's very interesting to know Skyler and how she become a stronger woman. How did you prepare for the role? Preparing for this role was really hard because I have to understand the situation that was passing Skylar's and her motivations and the difficulties of her relationship with Walter. And I also explore from personal experience and collaborate closely with the director and the writers. And the cast members also bring me the motivation of this character, and I think was very interesting to play Skyler. What do you think made Breaking Bad so special? I think the script of this series is really interesting because it is a dark and a fascinating story with a strong emotional charge was the best part. Also, the entire cast was incredible, and we all felt part of this series that is unique. And what would you say to fans who haven't seen this show yet? It is one those fascinating programs, the graph that you can't miss up, and I think the characters, the tension, the story, the moral issues are unforgettable, and that's the only reason you cannot miss this series because it's incredible and you can learn from it and learn from the mistakes, and I think it's incredible to see it, and I recommend all of you this series. Thank you.
The first question is, what was it like to play your character? And playing Hawk was a great experience. In the beginning of the show, he's a funny and confident guy. He works for the DA, and he really believes he knows everything about catching criminals. He jokes and makes a lot of fun of Walt, and he's also trying to protect his family. And I liked that he wasn't just a serious cop. He had a personality. It was fun to show his strong side, but also his funny and human side. Next is, which scene was the most challenging to film? One of the hardest scenes in the first few episodes was the one in the backyard, where the family talks about Walt's cancer. It's a really serious topic, but Hans tries to make the mood light. Acting like you're joking while still showing care, it's not easy. And I had to find a way to be both funny and supportive at the same time. Those moments are the ones that make the character more real. How did I prepare for the role? To prepare for the role, I read a little about how DA agents work and how they think. But most important was understanding Hawk's personality. What makes him like that and why is he like this? He's brave, loud, and very sure of himself. He's the kind of guy who always wants to be in control, and also watch how real law enforcement's office act and talk to make it feel more realistic. In the first episodes, he's full of energy, and I wanted to show that clearly. Next question is, what do you think makes the series so special? And Breaking Bad is different from other shows. The writing is amazing. Every little detail matters. And even in the first episodes, you can feel the tension and you know something very big is going to happen, but you don't know when. The characters are very real and interesting. No one is perfect, and that's like what makes them interesting. It's about choices and consequences and how people can change. And I think that's what makes the series so good. So next question is, any funny moments on set? Yes, a lot of funny moments on set. Brian is a great actor, but it's also really funny. During breaks, he was always joking and making everyone laugh. The set could be intense because of the serious scenes. So those moments helped us relax and have fun during the set and during the filming. It felt like we were part of a family, and that made the work even better. What would you tell the fans who haven't seen it yet? I would tell them to give it a try. Even if it starts a little slow, it definitely gets better. The story is full of surprises. The characters are amazing, as I already mentioned. It's not just about the show and drugs. It's also about how people can change and how people make decisions based on their lives, and how this can lead them to very good consequences or very bad consequences. I'm really proud to have been part of it, and if you haven't seen it, now it's the time.